Dinosaurs are going extinct at the Pacific Science Center in Seattle. The animatronic dinosaurs have been on display for decades. The removal also means the museum will close for 5 weeks starting next month. Steve's on the patio this morning with Julie O'Mara, the marketing director for PacSci. Steve.
Yes, Julie, it's nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
And what a perfect setup we have this morning, because obviously we have Pacific Science Center and the arch is in the background, so it's just right across the street. I know you're fairly new to the job, but a lot of people know about these dinosaurs and this exhibit at PacSci. Give us a little history lesson here, if you can. When were these animatronic dinosaurs first installed, and why has the museum kept them for so long?
It's a great question. They were installed in 1986, so they've been with us for nearly 40 years. But I will say they were designed to last about 15. And the company that built them has gone out of business. So every repair that we have to do and all the maintenance is done in-house through some pretty creative solutions from our staff. And we've held on to them because they're magnificent giants and they're a big attraction. Kids have loved them, but you know, it's time to move on, and science has taught us so much about dinosaurs over the last 40 years that they're no longer scientifically accurate. So we're looking towards the future.
So basically it comes down to time. It's time for a little change around here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love about PacSci too, is that whenever you go in there, whether it's been a few weeks, a couple months, even a couple of years, of course, you're always going to see something new because you guys like to change things.
Absolutely. To be good stewards of STEM and science, I think that's what we should be doing.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about the upkeep of these dinosaurs and just the difficulty in that. You said that they were only made for about 15 years, but so a lot of the parts and that sort of thing that are needed to sort of help upkeep those just aren't around, or it's just kind of the mechanics of things.
Yeah, they're about 600 to 1,000 pounds, depending on the dino, and they're made out of foam, latex, and silicone. So, and they move, right? And these things over time erode, and the skin is just really fragile. So to repair them, to make sure that they look good for our guests, is just becoming increasingly more difficult.
So what can you do with these things once you get rid of the exhibit? Is this something that can be sold off, or do you guys keep parts of them, or how does that work?
Yeah, we have one fully intact Allosaurus that we're looking to see what we can do with that for public interest. We're going to keep our T-Rex, but we really don't know until we get in there and start to dismantle these things, because they haven't been moved in 40 years, or I should say about 35 years. So we don't know until we know and we get in there, but we're going to do our best to be thoughtful and salvage as much as possible to see what we might be able to do in the future to raffle, donate, or sell, potentially.
And part of the process with the changing of this exhibit, I know that you guys have an upcoming closure that is going to last for about 5 weeks. What's going to be happening during that time frame? There's a couple of different things, right?
Yes. So the dinosaurs and removing that exhibit is one of them. The other one is opening up our gates, actually, to the public. So in partnership with Seattle Center, we have long-term goals of completely removing the gates, but in the interim, this is a step, we're going to be opening the gates to the public, so people from Seattle Center can flow in and out.
Okay.
And we will also be in Building 4, which is a different building than the dinos. It's been underused in recent years, and so we're going to be adding a traveling spider exhibit. So when we reopen on October 11th, you'll get to see a really cool spider exhibit.
Are we talking real spiders inside that thing?
There will be a live specimen. I'm not sure how many, but they will be carefully and thoughtfully put away, so folks who are afraid, it will be a safe experience.
Okay. At least some glass involved, I hope, to sort of keep the distance.
So. Yeah.
I'm not a lover of spiders myself.
Me either.
Is it safe to assume that the timing of the closure was done on purpose? I would imagine that you get a lot of kids because they're out of school who come in through Pacific Science Center, and that's when the summer months are kind of wrapping up and the kids are back in school, sort of thing?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, hit the nail on the head. September is typically a slower month because of kids going back to school, so this was sort of optimal timing for us.
So take me through, for somebody who's never been in Pacific Science Center before. I've been there several times. Obviously, it's been around for a really long time. But for somebody who's never been, how should they approach when they get inside the museum, and what sort of things will they see right now and experience?
Well, we have a number of different exhibits and a lot of hands-on learning opportunities. You can understand gravity and pulley systems, as well as attend an IMAX documentary or an IMAX feature film. We have 2 IMAX theaters currently, and those will stay opening for evening shows during this closure. We also have a laser dome, which I don't know if anyone's been to the laser dome, but it's iconic. We have great music. for all ages, and it's a really fun part of our center.
Yeah, and the Pacific Science Center is such a rich part of the Seattle Center history. And
Yeah.
It's been around since the early 60s
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just educates a lot of kids. What have you enjoyed about, and we talked about how you're kind of new on the job,
Yeah.
only 3 weeks in, which is a very short amount of time, but what have you enjoyed about the past 3 weeks and just sort of exploring
Yeah.
what they have inside?
This is an incredible place to work, and it feels like a really important time to be supporting local and supporting nonprofit. So just personally, I'm really excited to get to learn more about science. It was never a subject I felt particularly good at.
Same.
But I think Pacific Science Center does a really good job about creating hands-on experiences, and we have future goals for a new maker and innovation lab that will allow people of all ages to really interact with STEM with their hands, problem solve, develop critical thinking skills, and that's our mission, is to ignite curiosity in children, but fuel a passion for discovery, experimentation, and critical thinking in all of us. And it feels good to be a part of that.
One of the things that I think about often too is all the impact that PacSci has had on kids for so
Absolutely.
long, and going in there and getting their hands on things and
Yeah.
exploring and learning about
Yeah.
different STEM type things, whether it's dinosaurs or something else, always has a great impact on kids. Plus, they have a lot of fun in there too.
Yeah, and it goes beyond our walls. We have an incredible program called Science on Wheels, where we physically bring science vans to different parts of this region in the Pacific Northwest, and we serve hundreds of thousands of students throughout the year.
So tell us when the closure is going to start.
September 2nd, and
Okay.
it will last through October 10th. We will reopen on October 11th.
Fantastic. Julie, congratulations on
Thank
the new
you
job,
so
and thank you
much.
for coming in.
Yeah,
It's been a
absolutely.
pleasure.
Thanks for
And
having me.
Some big changes are coming to PacSci. We love being their neighbor too, just
We
right across the
do.
street.
Absolutely, Steve. Definitely a fun experience for families. And the new generation, hey, they're going to enjoy it as well, beyond the dinos leaving.
That's right. A new page for PacSci.
To learn more about the Farewell Dinos event on August 21st, we made it easy for you. Scan the QR code on your screen, and that will take you directly to komonews.com/hotlinks. From there, you'll find the link to their website.